everybody, Nikki here to talk again about eating disorder recovery. And this is kind of a special topic for me, so I'm just going to dive right in. The theme of today's video is helping others and helping yourself at the same time. It's crazy and fun. But what I was inspired to do was to write an editorial piece to my local newspaper, which is in a decent sized city, and I wanted to accomplish several things with writing this editorial, and I'm going to go ahead to read it to you now off the document on my computer. Alrighty, so here it is. We were all sprawled around my living room, all four of us, studying for our final for the literature class we all had together. This was yesterday. In less than a week, 2 of us will hold our bachelor's degrees from the University of Florida. The other 2 are well on their way. We are all smart, well-spoken, insightful, and full of passion for what we were studying. We sat discussing the great poems of Keats and Coleridge, putting together concepts from the beginning of the semester with concepts from the end of the semester. We were studying, but when you're studying what you love with your friends, it's great fun. On my coffee table was an assortment of snacks I'd picked up the day before. They were all in reaching distance, so convenient and delicious. Chocolate-covered animal crackers, yogurt-covered pretzels, Hershey Kisses, Pringles, popcorn. As the studying session wore on, the snack supply began to slowly diminish, bit by bit, bite by bite. Studying, snacking, laughing, searching for a certain passage from a poem, my guard was down. I try not to eat snacks like this, but all I've had today is a salad, one of my friends suddenly announced. My hand froze in the yogurt-covered pretzel bowl. Everyone else chimed in. It seems everyone tried to avoid this sort of food. Everyone was watching how much they ate, and everyone was justifying their perceived transgression by noting how abnormal it was in their everyday lives. All the work of the great romantic poets suddenly fell away from me, and instead I began to think, my mind churning away madly, about my own relationship with food, and how it's changed, and how it's still the same. I am recovering from an eating disorder. I've had to devote a lot of time and energy with a therapist, a psychiatrist, and a dietitian in order to get to the point where I am now, where I dare put my hand in a... I lost my place, sorry. Where I dare put my hand in a bowl of yogurt-covered pretzels. There was a time when I was so like my friends, where I'd apologize about eating and acknowledge that it was somehow wrong. Then I stopped eating in public altogether. Then I practically stopped eating in private. For a moment, I thought, my gosh, they're right. It is terrible and flat out disgusting that I'm eating this. Disgust, that's a familiar sensation. It used to follow me around everywhere. Sorry, I lost my place again. Live in my head, prevent me from eating the food I so desperately needed, and made me feel like a failure when I did. But this time that feeling of disgust rolled away from me, and I thought, how sad, how terribly sad, for me and for them and for all the women in this country who apologize for eating, who make sure to point out that they know they're doing something wrong. I felt sad for the women, and in this country it is nearly every woman, who feels her body is somehow unacceptable, who feels eating is shameful, who thinks she must deny her most basic needs and pleasures in order to be what society values. I wanted to hug my friends. I wanted to hand them a copy of Naomi Wolf's The Beauty Myth. I wanted to tell them, look at you. You're beautiful. Why do you say these things? But I know why they say them, because I used to say the same things, and I often still do when I look in the mirror. But I've learned something. Dieting is a social construct, and a relatively new one at that. It is driven not only by capitalism, but by a patriarchal culture in which women have finally found freedom, and therefore have been trained to make their own bodies their prisons. I've learned that eating is supposed to be the most natural and necessary thing, not something we need to be ashamed of. Eating is natural. Dieting is not. Dieting is, likely unknowingly, agreeing to be a pawn in a social order that is so ingrained in our heads that we no longer know it wasn't always there. Dieting is denying, is saying you're somewhat unworthy. It is saying that you don't deserve to do what is natural. The topic of conversation moved back to poetry, and I ate a pretzel. Sorry, I lost my place a few times there. I'm taking my glasses off because I see there's some glare. Yeah, that was my piece that I wrote to the paper. And everybody's saying how brave I am to talk about my struggles with an eating disorder, but I didn't really see writing that piece as brave. I saw it as doing work, social work, that I find to be really important. And I think that to make a change, what we can all do is come out with our problem and, write an editorial to your paper, write an entry on your blog, talk to your friends, just do whatever you can to make everybody know that it's so detrimental to apologize for eating. It's bad. And the really cool thing is that I'm finding out that some women with eating disorders that live nearby me and who get the paper are actually seeking help because they read my article. Now, my intention was to educate people who don't have eating disorders, but women who diet, or people who say things that encourage women to diet, even if they say so unknowingly, just criticize our culture essentially. But the fact that I'm helping women with eating disorders is it's amazing beyond words. It's absolutely incredible, and it's helped me too to know that I can inspire people by recovering and writing about my recovery. Hard though it was, and hard though it still is, I can help people and inspire them, and that helps and inspires me. So I would urge all of you to start speaking out. You never know who you're going to help, but I can guarantee you will help yourself in ways you didn't even see coming, and you'll help others in ways you didn't even see coming. So just go ahead, try to take that step. It's so rewarding, and good luck. Leave me some comments if you need any motivation or something. I don't know. I'm so thrilled by the response I've gotten, and I wish papers across the country would carry editorials like this, and wish people would speak out more. So have fun with everything, and good luck with the recovery for everyone out there with eating disorders, and stay strong. Love you guys. Bye.